Miss Obama. And I love Miss Obama. I don't talk bad about Miss Obama at all. But come on, Miss Obama, you can't team up with Dwyane Wade's son. I'm going to call him his son because he's a kid. I'm not going to call him his daughter. To me, he's still a boy. You can't team up with him for National Women's Month and do an interview with him when you got him an individual like a little girl. It's a little too much. It's just a little too much for me. Like I said, I love transgender people. I just think kids should not be able to make decisions and choices like that to their adults. And I don't think adults like Michelle Obama should really amplify that and put it on the stage like that. That's is doing too much.
But don't you think if the parents of that child made the decision that it's okay, then why, what are we supposed to do about it if that's what those parents decided to allow her to do?
Well, parents don't always make the right decisions. In these pictures I'm seeing of just the image that they putting out of this young man, and I'm sorry if it offends everybody. I'm confused now. I don't know whether to call him a young man or a young lady, but I know he's a child. He was born a boy, and he's only 13, and I don't think he's old enough to make certain choices.
Oh, why is Vic cracking up? I'm trying not to laugh, and Vic is cracking up. I don't even know why.
Please, audience, don't kill me.
I'm about to laugh.
And I don't want y'all to think I'm shooting jokes or nothing. I'm literally looking at a picture of this young man, 13-year-old, with a wig on that's half pink, half gray. Would you even let a 13-year-old daughter do that? Would you let her hair pressed down with a wig that's half gray and half pink, like all the way down? Like, it's too much.
I saw a little girl who had braids in her hair, and they were like rainbow. They were rainbow colored braids. I think that there are some things that look grown on some kids, and you could put the same exact thing on another kid, and it doesn't look as grown, right? So I think it depends on the child. In this particular case, their child believes that they're a female, and if they allow him to feel like he's a female and dress like he's a female, I don't have a problem with it, but it's also not something that I focus on. I wouldn't do it, but I don't pay much attention to it, to be very honest with you. So I don't understand why everybody's in such a tizzy.
I'm going to tell you why. You want to know why? I'm going to tell you why.
There are no Hollywood.
And I'm just going to keep it a buck. I'm going to keep it a buck because you can't act in the last 6 to 12 months. There's just been such an agenda with the demasculization of men in the last 6 to 12 months in the media, videos, and everything. And that has nothing to do, I love Wade. You do what the hell you want to do. That's nobody's business what a child's doing. But when you pick certain days, listen, let's be fucking clear, okay? If we're talking what we're talking, these are subliminal messages that they're putting out there, right? National Women's Day, things of that nature. I don't want to go down the rabbit hole, but the truth of the fucking matter is that these things are done strategically by people in higher fucking powers. And we fall for it every fucking time. And that's all I'm going to say.
So you guys think that young men are turning transgender because Dwyane Wade's child is transgender? So if my son, you guys are saying
not.
If
Absolutely
my son,
not.
So then what exactly is the agenda?
Okay.
So I understand.
So let me speak on that, Vic, right quick, because what you just said, I don't want to make it seem like that's what we were saying, but that the fact that you did say that in the report I'm reading from the interview they did, she did, of course, speak of a place of encouragement for others to be themselves, for others to come out. And clearly that's my problem. Everybody could come out when you're adult enough to make that choice, or you know clearly what you want. They're using him as to put an image of a child. So it's encouraging children to say, hey, maybe I feel this way one day or this week, and I'm just this way. I've known kids that wanted to be tigers when they were child. That don't mean I'm gonna let a kid go be a damn tiger. Seriously. So that's what I'm saying. The imagery they're putting out of a child, they are, to me, targeted children, in my honest opinion.
And look, I want to make a couple points before we move on. One, Chris started the show by saying that he loved transgender people.
Hey,
I thought that's what Vic was laughing at, actually. I thought that's what Vic was laughing at.
Let's pause on that for a second. Secondly,
I got jokes coming. Oh well.
Secondly, he said that he loved them, but he also refused to call the kid her, whatever the case it is. But that's the whole point of being transgender, so people will accept you for whoever it is that you believe that you are. So you can't love them, but then turn around and say that you don't accept who they are on the other end. Lastly, I mean, maybe Michelle Obama.
Oh shit! See, see.
Maybe
See?
he sympathizes with the Wade family. You know, it could be some other stuff going on. You know, hey, Joan Rivers said some shit and got knocked off right after. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Before it sounds like Eric is alluding to Michelle Obama being. Well, we got a podcast to get into. It is Friday night. You at the Arrogant Underdogs podcast. You got Hollywood Vic, Dion the MVP, of course, and you got Booty, aka Eric, aka Reverend No Good, aka was about to start some shit, and you got myself, Chris G. What's going on with y'all? What's poppin' tonight? What's good?
Man, I'm live from the Las Vegas Strip.
I see.
Planet Hollywood is right behind me, baby. So, you know, the night is people. I just want to let you know the night is young and Vegas is back.
That nigga that's a Zoom background. That shit look like a Zoom background.
It looks nice though.
That's a window. That's a window.
All right, man. I believe you. How's your week? How y'all doing? How your mental health? All that good shit. Y'all checking on your people.
Brother, all is well. All is well.
I've had a great week
all
too.
Is well.
Great week.
That's good.
Yeah. All is well. Ready to
together.
talk some shit.
Yeah, you know who else had a good week? Jay-Z made some more money.
Jay-Z had a great week.
Money.
$297 million.
Would you believe?
Had a great week.
What'd you say, Eric?
I said, would you believe it's over to God?
I know, but some people have a problem with it, as usual. And at first, I thought it was just. I thought it was just because he's Jay-Z, but apparently people have an issue because he sold off some of it. And I think I saw Chris was wondering the same thing. Like, why, if you sold 4 Black businesses and supporting Black people, why would you now take a business that has a lot of Black owners and sell it off, right?
You know what? That sounds so harsh. That's part of the issue. That's part of my issue, but that's not the whole issue. My problem is with Jay-Z. He does moves, and he uses manipulation to get his way. So he'll practice and preach this generational ownership, having businesses, keeping businesses, just to get you on board, and then turn around and sell it. And if you don't get a part of his plan, he'll talk about you. That's what I'm talking about. The whole we don't need the NFL type situation to go ahead and do a deal. He manipulates situation and uses people to get what he wants. That's what I'm saying. Jay-Z needs to walk the way he preaches. That's all I'm saying, Jay-Z. You're a great man. You're a great businessman. But don't be out here preaching. He's preaching that you're supposed to have ownership, keep ownership. He's trying to make it seem like you have to have generational ownership, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're preaching that talk just to get somebody on one of your ventures, but you're sitting there selling all your businesses, it's just practice what you preach.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
This is what businesses do. Like,
exactly.
This is part of business. So like one of the businesses that I love, I used to love was Carol's daughter, right? But then she got to the point where she got big, and one of the things I loved about her was she was a Black woman who made hair products for Black women, and then she sold it off to like L'Oreal or something like that. But it's a part of business. Sometimes you need more money to do more things. So what else?
I agree. Well, not only that, but I think I don't agree with what you're saying, because part of what he preaches is to do good business, savvy business. That shit was savvy as fuck. He bought something, he fucking he more than quadrupled it. And there are partners, rappers that jumped in with him that are going to be a benefit of that percentage increase, because they had ownership too. So the point is, what he was saying is all those who got on with him, right, jumped in at a number, and because they jumped in, now because of his number, they all benefit off that number. They all came up.
But
So
that's not what he was saying. That's not our
in my
problem.
opinion, no, he was saying that. He was saying, you taking 20 million up front, you could have got 50 million long money with me, and he just probably proved his fucking point.
But he's probably
sold for
assuming.
297 million.
He's probably assuming, because when he was mentioning people, he was mentioning directly Drake. When
So
he was mentioning ownership.
He was talking about, let's be clear, he was talking about his contract with Spotify specifically. He saw what he signed for, and he was like, bruh. He said, he was saying, you could have got more in ownership.
Well, let's see.
No, he was trying to.
He was, so why?
He was trying to get him on top out.
Deal.
That's what he was doing.
With me. So he
was recruiting. That's what I'm saying. Jay-Z gets bitter because you don't do it his way.
No, Chris.
Well, Drake made more money from his deal.
Also, I want to touch on this because I think.
Did he say Drake's name?
No, but I mean, you know, Jay-Z does not say names. Jay-Z is a king of subliminal rapping. We know that.
Of course. So, that's how you're supposed to do it.
I want to make about this, Chris, because I think you may have lost something.
You got a MAGA hat on, Eric.
So you see this sale of a business. First and foremost, a business like that has an executive board. These people sit around the table and they vote whether or not they're going to sell their business. I'm probably more than 100% sure that each one of those artists has a business associated with Tidal. And when they break that money down, that money is going to return to a business. If that money comes back to me as an individual, I am going to get taxed to holy hell. They are not that dumb. They have accountants and tax professionals. They're not that dumb. So if they all have a business, usually a family corporation, like I have a business, Melton Enterprise. So everything that I make, it pays Melton Enterprises. I work, like my kids work, for Melton Enterprises, and we own other businesses. That's how it works. So what happens is you see a sale of a company and it's distributed amongst many, many businesses is what winds up happening. So talking about generational wealth, man, did they put the bag into generational wealth with the sale of that business. They fucking capital.
Hell yeah.
That shit came in, Chris.
Understandable.
5.3.
We get that.
I think it's important to talk about the terms of the agreement too. So under the terms, the people who own it, they maintain their stake. They don't lose their stake. So like Beyonce, Madonna, Rihanna, they retain their stakes and they become the second largest shareholders. So before Jay-Z was 1 or 2 and they were 3, right? Because I think that company still owns a large portion. And they move up to 2. Jay-Z sold his portion, but here's what I think is interesting. Jay-Z joins Square's board of directors. So that puts a Black person dead smack in the middle of the room of one of the biggest corporations that's growing. So isn't that a good thing now?
This is like
it's a great thing. It's a great thing. It's a great thing. What y'all do is y'all get too technical when it comes to rappers. When it comes to rappers, you guys are not thinking. No, you guys are not thinking from a logical. You're not thinking from a logical fan standpoint. So the reason fans had a problem with it is because fans from just a basic normal level, what they're doing is they're taking exactly what rappers say, word for word, and looking at their actions. So they're looking at, because this was the people problem, if you read the reports and stuff, a majority of the people were saying, you're saying this in your raps and making a freestyle, so you're making a point to paint a narrative to keep ownership, but you're selling ownership. So just to look at it on simple terms like that, that's what they're looking at, and that's what their problem is.
They need to read. They need to be better informed.
They're uninformed. They need to read.
I don't think so. Because if he's targeting other artists that's already doing great in business, and he's talking down to them for not joining their situation, of course the fans are going to look like,
Also,
He did
But
that.
not joining
He
what
did it
situation?
one time. He did it
No,
one time.
no. Jay-Z has done it more than one time. Jay-Z has targeted. Jay-Z has targeted a few people.
He being greasy.
Basically,
Nah, that ain't what
that's what Jay-Z. That's what he does. That's what he does. That's what he's known for. He's known for that.
That's you know what that's called, Chris. That's called pulling your coattail.
He's a great businessman. He's a shark. I'll give him that. Jay-Z will do whatever it takes, including manipulate to you, lie to you.
Everybody who invested Tidal with Jay-Z.
He makes you money though.
Everybody
he makes you money.
that invested with Jay-Z and Tidal did like the sale happened.
Hey, no, good deal. Good deal. Just practice what you preach.
Through a fucking party, son.
You can't practice what you preach.
But from a business
In
perspective,
the name of generational wealth, they threw a party.
that's the.
They
But
were like, yo,
I get what
we
Chris is
flipped
saying,
this
but
shit,
that's the
we
scary
got-
thing.
Now we're on to the next bigger fish. Come with me, and now
I get what you're saying,
the
Chris.
next one's an NFL team, baby.
But
And
that's
he's
the
gonna do
scary
that.
thing. Is because you need people in business to teach us how it's supposed to be done. Because as fans, we are grossly misinformed with how business works. It's scary. It's also proof with why we can be so far behind. But that's the way business works, and that's how you move forward. So
That's
as
fact.
fans,
That's fact.
So I'm trying to understand, why is that a bad thing? So are we expecting Jay-Z to not?
Because he's Jay from the NY, baby. You know what it is.
Everybody loves Jay-Z. What are you talking about? 99.9% of the world loves Jay-Z. Only Nas fans hate Jay-Z.
And Deion, people,
and I definitely ain't no Nas fan. Definitely ain't no Nas fan.
People believe that they wrote a check out to Sean Carter for $200.
No, not at all.
That's what
Jay-Z.
Oh no.
Listen, I'm not that slow to think that, and I know he has way more money.
They write that check to him for $197 million. He gonna walk out with $100.
No, it doesn't work that way. And I'm sure
right there like this. Appreciate you, Sean. Let me get some of that, bro.
And a lot of times they don't even pay them that money.
Especially after Biden gets done.
They advance forward it, and they what do you call it? They spread it out over years. They usually don't even pay that in all cash.
That shit was probably rolling to one of his family corporations that he had with his wife and his kids. So that way you don't have to touch it. They probably all on payroll and shit.
A lot of Jay-Z caps, because if it was Wayne selling shit, they could be all over him. But we know what Vic is New York bias.
Chris, I stuck up for Lil Wayne on selling his master.
Oh yeah, you did.
I thought that was
important that they hypocrites. That's all I'm saying.
Business move, personally.
Good up for him too.
Yeah, I thought it was a good business move. But okay, so
the NY guy.
We know that that's most of us know that that's a good business move.
It was only a matter of time before Chris brought up Wayne.
You
knew it was gonna happen.
But on the flip side, we got the game. It's like, instead of giving businesses and stocks and bonds to other rappers, people think that he's scamming them. I thought this was fake, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was like spam or something, but
yeah, let me clear it up for you. So what he's doing is, and 30 other rappers are doing it, but they want to focus on the West Coast guy. But what he's doing is he's offering rappers, he's DMing rappers saying, I'll promote your music for like 1,000, 1,500, or 500, and they're paying them. But what he's doing is he has a separate social media account that's not verified, so he's promoting them on those accounts.
A dummy account.
Yeah, fact.
So instead of using
his SoundCloud had 260 followers. The SoundCloud that he was playing their shit on. So
that sounds way more suspect than the whole Jay-Z thing. I feel like that's way worse.
I don't think so, because it is. I think it's dangerous. I think it's dangerous. I think it's dangerous. But when somebody provided the information that Benny the Butcher does it, that 2 Chainz does it, that all these major rappers do it, then it's like, okay, maybe this is just a...
That's bad, because that further proves the point that we're so behind in business.
If that's true, then all them dudes should be fucking ashamed of themselves, because you're fucking vulturing your own culture.
I think it's dangerous.
These dudes on... Now, don't get it twisted. If you were putting them on your main IG, your main plugins, then you do what you got to do. That's your business. And we don't know if all of them are like what Game is doing and he's putting them on a SoundCloud that's only got 260. That shit needs to be proven. I don't know about that. I know about Game though. I know what they're saying about him. And if he's taking 500 up front, 1,000 up front, and telling them, oh yeah, you're gonna be on the mixtape, and just putting them on a fucking SoundCloud with 260 people, that's some bullshit. That shit is fucked up. Like that's some slumlord shit. It's predatory behavior. So you can't be looking at predatory behavior and some other shit, but when it happens in your own culture, you let that shit slide. That's straight fuck shit if that's happening. That shit needs to stop.
The thing that's disheartening is most of these dudes probably, work simple jobs. They get paid from week to week. They fucking save their money to go in the studio and make these songs. Then they probably had to save up another fucking $1,000 to pay him just to get stuck in the end because they got a dream and they trying to find the best way to promote their dream and they think they got an end and he fucks them over like that. That shit's wrong. He should have to pay that money back with some fucking damages attached to it. And I think he's doing this shit because he getting blasted on the lawsuit end. And the shit's fucked up. Practice needs to stop. And if other artists are doing that shit the same way he's doing it, they need to stop too. That shit's sickening. You basically stealing.
I agree.
Stealing money from poor people.
So to play devil's advocate here.
I agree.
If
and that's for any rapper that's doing it.
If the whole
doing
music industry is doing it, is it maybe because it's working?
Well, that's the problem, Chris. So like that.
No, I'm saying maybe the actual fans are actually getting exposure from it. They just focus on Game so much, people don't really see if they got exposure from it.
I don't think so.
In this scenario, the fan accusing Game is saying he ain't do shit for me. So that's not even the topic, bro.
But it's more than one fan. It's a whole group of people. It's just like it was more than one fan that complained. But I mean, have anybody checked to see if their numbers grown or anything like that after that?
I don't even know if other rappers are doing it.
His response was, I didn't pay, you guys didn't pay me to make you the next superstar. Like you wasn't about to gain 10 million followers.
Okay, well that's a good point. If they know what they're getting into, I guess I would wonder if they know exactly what they're getting into. So if I'm paying you $1,000, then it seems like I have a natural expectation that you're going to promote me on your page, not on some page no one's ever heard of. Unless you tell me, hey, it's going on XYZ page, it's not verified, but that page has 20,000 followers, and that's where you'll go.
Hey, look, he hit it on the head in the beginning. He said that's just predatory.
It's predatory to me.
Fucking facts.
You know who else
did it? 260 followers. Okay, think about it. You're a fucking celebrity. I'm paying a celebrity. There's no way I think you're putting me on your side bullshit. I'm paying you because you're fucking Game. I'm thinking you're going to put me on and give me your audience.
They did the same shit with the mortgage crisis. Predatory lending. Motherfuckers.
Now you bring up conspiracies, Eric.
No. Motherfuckers.
That is very much the
same. Game ain't no different than one of them fucking pulpit pimps that we was talking about last week. That nigga's a preacher selling false dreams.
Hey.
And you know who else was verified to do it? DMX. He was a motherfucker. Now look,
I'm gonna tell y'all, I got a half brother. We have the same father, biological father, and he posted on his page that he got a message from DMX, and it was from DMX's verified page. He posted the picture, the screenshot, and he said, "Yo, you're doing your thing. You know, you sound good. Keep doing your thing. Blah blah blah. Hit me up if you're interested in trying to promote your stuff." And everybody kept saying, "Oh, it's spam, it's spam, it's spam." I thought it was spam too, but now I'm wondering if it was legitimately.
It's legit. Hey, look. You know what? I can see somebody paying Game $1,000.
Nobody knows if it was legit.
I can see them paying Game $1,000 trying to get promoted. Ain't no way in hell I'm giving DMX $1,000 to promote me. Ain't no way I'm not giving a smoker some money wire transfer. You gonna have to promote me in
Oh
person.
my God.
I'm gonna have to see your work. You gonna do your work ahead of time. Come on. If DMX is out here scamming people like that, DMX, oh come on, anybody can get you. But yeah, it's fucked up. I ain't gonna lie, it's fucked up.
Nah, DMX should just walk up and take it from motherfuckers. That's the difference between him and Game. He ain't need to scam nobody.
Hey, it's fraud. It's the year of fraud out here.
Game will fuck around and break out and start stripping.
Does it surprise y'all that it sounds like it's a lot of like older rappers doing it, right? Like people who've been in the game for a minute instead of like newer rappers. I think that's what surprises me most. That it sounds like it's older, you know what I'm saying? Or like they're losing their place, and so now they're just trying to find ways.
You know, this shit reminds
me to get money. Yeah,
right.
It reminds me of y'all. This shit reminds me of price gouging during a hurricane or some shit like that. When the fucking corner store guy, he got water in his store and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And because he got water and he know anybody got access to it, now one bottle $6 and shit. That's all they do.
Predatory right there. Predatory and the story.
Yeah. I thought about that. I was asking that question because there were stories about Nas talking about the young kids and how, you know, he made a comment about how none of the young rappers are keeping him up at night, basically saying he's not interested in any of them. And what's his name? The comedian Ari Spears. Hold on, what's his name? He said he was talking about NBA YoungBoy. I never heard of Rondo Quando. Do y'all know who he is?
He's the one that's responsible for the King Von situation.
Oh, okay.
That we spoke about, yeah.
All right, so he was talking. He specifically referenced NBA YoungBoy, Lil Baby, Rondo Quando, just saying that they all sound the same and that there's no individuality and stuff like that. Like, does he have merit, or is it because he's old from the older generation?
It's both. First of all, what he's hating from an older generational standpoint. Because let me tell you what old people like to do. This is what the old cats like to do. They like to compare everything from their generation and say it's better than everything from our generation or the younger generation. That's what they always do.
I confess, I do that.
Always do that.
Chris, listen. Is Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole a part of the newer generation of rappers?
Yes.
So older guys like myself.
No. You don't represent majority, Eric. Majority.
No.
They hate.
But listen, I agree with what Ari Spears is saying.
So you just named Kendrick.
Those three rappers that he mentioned, the motherfuckers do say.
So you're proving my point.
That shit has no originality because there are people who are extremely young and are talented who are putting out good music. YNB Corday. I forget the
YNB Corday.
Yeah, he's fucking dope. Fucking Polo G. He's fucking dope.
This is why it's hate though. The three rappers y'all named, they sound nothing alike.
I was gonna say, well, Chris, I actually get it. You know why? Because if you think about hip hop from our generation, a lot of it sounded the same. Like if you didn't have, like, you can listen to New York hip hop and know it's from New York because it has a certain vibe. It kind of, everybody don't have the same flow, but it has the same vibe. And I don't think that this new generation is much different. So why would you hold them to like a different standard? They do sound alike, but if you listen to old music, a lot of our music sounds alike too.
Chicago sound like the niggas in Atlanta right now.
No.
Yes,
Chicago got that own.
Hold up. They going to Atlanta. They go. You know how many rappers live in Atlanta that ain't from Atlanta?
That shit sound the same, bro.
A lot of rappers.
Drill music? No, that's
the same, bro.
Drill is in New York right now. That's what Pop Smoke was doing. That's what the trend that was doing. That's two different sounds. That's what I'm saying. Bro, so you're proving the point. You're coming from a older generation. I'm not even trying to hear Chicago,
it, bro.
What I'm saying is them niggas don't even rap. They make noises.
This is hate because Lil Baby's actually a good rapper.
How can it be hate?
Hell yeah, he's a good rapper. Hell yeah.
How can it be hate if I stream their music? I stream it, I listen to it, and the shit don't sound good.
Eric, how much you listen to
it if it don't sound good?
I fucking push play on my Apple Radio all the time. All the time when I'm working. If the shit suck, it suck, Chris.
Eric, Cap. Look. And also let me make the
young, good rapper.
Right. Okay, let me make the other side of the point. Now in 2021, everybody can make music. You can make a song from your phone now. So of course, more music is being produced. More music is being made nowadays. So of course, you're going to end up hearing people with the same style of music because you're hearing music more.
So you admit that they shit and they make music the same now?
I'm saying this generation, if you look at just this generation, like top 5, none of them sound alike. None of the top 5 sound alike. I don't even think the top 10 sound alike. So I think what they take,
some of those top 5.
I would say Drake, of course, because he's the GOAT. I'm gonna say this generation: Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick, Meek Mill, Lil Baby.
I got what you're saying. Yeah, and they all sound different.
They all sound different.
They all sound different. That's what you're saying. But I don't necessarily know. I don't necessarily think he's shooting for the top 5, right? Because most artists are not top 5. If you're talking about hip hop in general, most of the music that you hear, I think it sounds alike. If you turn on the radio, you don't hear a ton of the top 5, other than Drake. You hear a lot of Drake, but you don't hear a lot of J. Cole and Kendrick on the radio or wherever you listen. If you just hit play, you don't hear that. You just hear a bunch of
bullshit.
Right, a bunch of all these young kids making music, and to me, they all sound the same. But I admit that I'm old and washed, so
I haven't heard the radio in years.
I can admit it.
It's all streaming.
I listen to my Apple every day.
I stream every day too. Like I stream new music, I stream new playlists. Sometimes I'll just next the shit out of it because all I gotta say is next. Sometimes I'll let it roll. But I think there's definitely a get off my lawn tone to what Ari Spears says. He old head. He's my age. He's like 50. So you can't ask a 50-year-old that because that's what you're going to get. And that's the fucking truth. They don't have the ear for that. They don't have, first of all, the understanding, the slang. That's just the fucking verbiage. They don't even know what they're, of course you ain't going to know. You 50, you old head. You ain't hanging around these young boppers doing what they do. They're not using slang from when we grew up, fucker. So, like, I think there has to be some context. And I say that about myself when I talk about these young dudes. I'm like, I ain't gonna say these young dudes is trash because they out there doing their fucking thing. And some of them I've taken the time to listen to, and I'm like, oh shit, that shit was kind of dope.
Exactly.
Like that kid, YBN Corday's a bad motherfucker, man.
I played his CD at least 10 times. I spent that motherfucker a lot.
Who else? There's somebody else. I forgot his fucking name. I've been listening to some new shit lately, and I was like, yo, these motherfuckers. It's busy. The baby, the baby's a bad motherfucker. Like he can spit. He's just doing it on some fucking double time, different tracks. It's different music. They know how to stream. You know what I'm saying? So like, there's definitely some old get off my lawn shit.
The thing with the baby, I was just gonna speak to your point. The thing with the baby is that he does sound different than a lot of the young rappers. But all his music sounds the same. I think that's what he has to work on or improve upon. Like if you push play on his CD, I've listened to it probably at least 10 times, both of his CDs. But if you listen to it, most of the songs that he has sound.
That's a great point. I'm gonna tell you right now what the degree of separation is in what you said. They all sound the same. And you know why? Because he's getting 46 million streams a fucking month. They're telling him, keep going, son. Keep going.
Exactly. He's doing what's working. He's doing what's working.
Capitalizing. He's capitalizing.
And the way,
you know what Jay-Z said, if skill sold, truth be told. You know what I mean?
And look, and the way,
this is their version of skills. If skills sold, truth be told, this is their version.
You gotta do
They're
what works.
capitalizing. Yeah, so you can hate and say y'all all sound the same, but guess what? All the motherfuckers he mentioned, go look at their work. Go look at all of them. Quando, Rondo, all of them. Go look at what they streaming.
Go look at the numbers.
All of them are getting bags, heavy bags.
And look, and the way Eric described their music is the same way Nas did. When he came up with that album, what was it called? Hip Hop is Dead, where he had the roles. He caught a lot of flack from dudes in the South, a lot of rappers in the South.
He did.
Even Wayne threw shots at him because they took it offensive. So the same thing Eric just said is what Nas said, and the South took offense for it, because basically that's what you did. You just threw a shot at the South. What Nas just did again, hold on. What Nas just did is he made a statement recently, and he said that this generation comes out with great music, but he said it basically you just hear it one time, and I don't go back to play it the next week. That's a polite shot. Because if I'm a rapper that's hot right now, I'll be like, what you mean? I'll be like, what you mean? Because I know personally, I've replayed songs 20, 30 times from this generation. Like, they have replay value. So when I hear that, I'm like, oh, no, dude, you just hate me. Because I replay these shit.
Vic always says, context.
Play Wayne.
Oh, no, I play a lot of artists.
But like Vic always say, context is important, because you got to think about it, though. For old heads like me, hip hop in the late 90s, early 2000s, it brought like a certain culture with it for us, so that we just don't see anymore. That was a time in hip hop that just doesn't exist anymore. So there's a nostalgia with it. So when we go back and listen to shit over and over again, because it has a feeling with it. I don't have that same type of attachment to music that comes out nowadays. I don't feel that. And I feel like young people don't feel that either. Like, I feel like if my
I disagree.
like a song, I don't know, because I'm in this age bracket, but I don't feel like when young people hear these songs that they think of a time that's so nostalgic. I don't have that attachment. So I can understand what Nas is saying. Why would I go back and listen to a song over and over again that I have no attachment to? It doesn't make sense to me. I think that's
a misconnect between generations. I think
I don't think it's a shot though. You said it's a shot. I don't think so. I think it's just,
if you put into context everything he said, the fact that he said rappers don't keep me up at night. Then he said, yeah, they do make good music when you play it the first time, then the next week you don't want to play it again. What he's doing is, Rakim said something recently that he regrets doing, is he was looking at all his as rappers as his enemy. Instead of, when Nas made that comment, you're not keeping me up at night, that lets me know he's looking at them from a competitive standpoint. Which rappers should, but at that age, I don't think you should be looking at rappers the young rappers at a
Did you just take a shot at Nas old?
No, I'm calling Nas an old rapper. I think rappers like Nas and Jay-Z's an OG rapper. I don't see Jay-Z like, being competitive, trying to compete with the younger generation.
I'm not really. Yeah, I'm not. First of all, he should have no problem with saying these kids sound good, but they'll get barred the fuck up if they come near me. That's not a fucking problem. That should never be a problem. So I feel like this is like super nitpicking. Who gives a fuck if he said, none of their shit's replayable or whatever. Who gives a fuck? He gave us. He was like, yo, these kids is nice. These kids is nice, but they're not putting any. But he didn't say anyone's name, so who gives a shit? So 1,000 motherfuckers are gonna walk around. Oh, I'm offended. It's not.
So Joe Budden hop on a podcast and be like, yeah, these podcasts is cool, but ain't none of them got no replay value. You don't think none of these other podcasts gonna be like, wait a minute,
If he's right.
Thinking of rappers got egos, and they're not right. If like we said with streams, if these rappers is getting 100 million streams,
get barred the fuck up.
What are you talking about?
The fuck up if they come at the guy. He wasn't lying.
I don't think anybody's scared of Nas. I'm sorry. I don't think anybody's scared of Nas. These young rappers ain't scared of nobody. These young rappers ain't scared of
who they scared of.
I mean, that's why Nas says stuff like that. He ain't gonna diss them in a song. He'll make little comments like that. But anyway, I'm not gonna
comment.
I'm not gonna go to Nas now. But I'm just saying, if you're a rapper, if you're a popular rapper, and you're getting all these streams, that means you're getting replay value. So why would you take that like as a hold up, OG? Why you hating on me like type deal? I think it's a little grumpyish, and it's a little.
I don't think he's not talking about radio streams. See, that's the difference. So here's the thing: the new rap culture, everything's about streams. The old rap culture, it's about lyrics and bars, and that'll always be the disconnect. No. He's talking about getting barred up. He's talking about lyrics and getting barred up.
And you're proving the point even more.
Hold on. This new culture glorifies things, streams, jewelry, cars. they glorified that. The old culture glorifies a far more stripped down underground version of a hip hop will always be, and that is lyrics and bars.
And this is what I think, and this
That's
is the
what that
generation
shit is.
because this sounds like y'all are not in tune with this generation's music because as far as competitive wise, they be going at each other. They be dissing, all these dudes be dissing each other. So as far as that goes,
they shooting. They going at each other,
If Nas makes that comment and you got a bunch of rappers already that take stuff personal, of course I would take it, especially if I think I can rap. Why wouldn't I take that personal? Like, hold on, man, I make sick ass music. What you talking about, nigga? If we had played one time.
But just but I think that's why it's weird to
take
me.
It personal.
Because just because you got a lot of streams don't mean you have good music. Like, I mean, the people blow up on social media wearing fucking snake costumes. So like, just because you got a lot of streams don't mean it's good music. That's the disconnect for me.
Of course.
But I think it's an opposite side to that too. I think it's an opposite side to that.
What we look at as respect now.
Right, that's a better way to say it. Right. What we glorify is how many streams
he got spins, but okay, play that shit, and I'm like, God bless him.
I mean, you
can also to get all his money. I ain't never playing that shit a day in my life, but go get that. I don't have a problem with that. The problem is when the OGs don't know how to give feedback anymore. That's the real fucking problem.
They come off like shit.
A real OG, and let's be clear, some OGs ain't OGs. They fucking haters. A real OG gets a label OG because he teaches. OGs teach. OGs give respect.
These are facts.
A real OG gives a young wild dude respect first because he knows what he's doing. And then the young wild dude respects back because he's like, oh, he gave me mine. And then you start fucking building. And that's how you build. Real OGs approach you from humility because they know what it is because they was there. That's what makes an OG. A lot of these dudes get the OG label. They're not OGs. They're fucking haters. That's not OG behavior. It's not. They're giving OGs a bad name, if anything, because an OG is an OG for a fucking reason because he's there. He's trying to talk to you. He knows what you've been through. He gonna let you talk some shit in the beginning and be like, all right, young head, you finished. And then the building begins. That's OG shit. These dudes
that's real,
haters.
That's real OG shit. And the other OGs is acting like Shaq. You know how Shaq be a hating ass OG? Like how he give all these backhand compliments and shit like that?
That's a great point. That's a great point.
Because I remember with Nas, he made a comment about J. Cole, and that's the reason why J. Cole made that song, I Let Nas Down. Like J. Cole made a whole damn song about it. Because Nas mentioned a comment about a song he made one day. And it's just the way these OGs do come off. Like, Shaq, you motherfuckers are sorry. Like, he expects that to motivate somebody instead of actually giving them instruction.
Well,
I don't see Nas that way, though. Let's be clear.
I'm just saying.
Saying his name. Nas ain't a hater, man.
Allen Iverson said when he walked on the court, he said, "What's up, MJ?" So MJ looked at him and said, "What's up, little bitch?" You know what I'm saying? So that's just.
I mean, sometimes it works. I mean, different generations. Different
generation. We grew up in a generation where we got our ass whooped. So
gotta adapt.
People were made to have tougher skins. Like we fought with our hands and not with guns all the time. So you know, it's shit different though. Shit different. And look, all you young artists is doing your shit that can really rap, keep rapping. All you motherfuckers who making noise, go sit your sorry ass down.
Hey, this nigga,
if you can't rap and you can get streams and make money, I think you should still keep going. Fuck that. Always reach your label.
That shit
should get the money.
Always
do whatever.
They need to create a whole
motherfuckers do whatever's giving you results.
Word is fine. And on that note, time to go.
We out here. And you know what?
Yeah.
I apologize to the audience. We will not be around next week, but we will upload some clips and keep y'all in tune and all excited and shit. But thank y'all for showing up. Everybody be safe this weekend, man. I want y'all to be safe this weekend. I'm about to go get some tequila. You know, I saved it for after the show. I'm about to go pour up a few shots.
Nice.
I got some fake candles, you know what I'm saying? I got the ones that cut on. Come on with it. Hey, look. I got a remote to the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Fucking
Look,
Valentine's Day.
hey, you know what I'm
It's
saying?
Valentine's Day.
It's a late Valentine's Day. You know what I'm saying? Look, I got the Stella Rosa. You know what I'm saying? It's a late Valentine's Day, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling
He
them.
pulled out the wifey box.
That's my Russell kit. That's my Russell kit.
Listen,
He had tequila and pulled out pink rosé.
you got 2 jobs this weekend, Chris. Don't get nobody pregnant and don't wear your onesie. Your Eagles onesie. Don't wear it.
Somebody's throwing a mustache around, I see.
I'm definitely doing both of them, D-Hon. Both of them. Oh, man.
Like a boomerang.
Hey, whatever y'all do, make sure you hit the motherfucking like button,
Facts.
subscribe, share, and comment. God damn it, we love to comment back.
All day, please. Thank y'all.
Next week we'll holler at y'all. Y'all be safe. I'm about to go out here and fuck around. Y'all be good.
He about to
And
go
as
trip.
always, if we offended anybody at all, email Eric.
Seriously,
Not for y'all.
from Arrogant Underdogs podcast, if we offended you, fuck that shit. Yeah, holla, y'all.
Wait,
Y'all be nice.